Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a general reading for the sign of Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Capricorn, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, the information regarding that can be found in the About section of my YouTube page, and I thank you so much in advance. So Capricorn, I want to let you know that on the day that I am filming this, it is actually my birthday, and so I wanted to take this opportunity in gratitude to wish you all good health, wealth, and abundance in all of its forms for all of my lovely Capricorns out there. So I'm going to be doing your reading today with the Human Spirit Oracle for the overall energy, and for the tarot reading, the amazing Pulp Tarot. Cards have been pre-shuffled. Let's see, one energy, one card for Capricorn, please. Angels, thank you. Number 1, which corresponds to the Magician card in the Major Arcana. The Magician is Virgo and Gemini energy. The Master Manifester. That seems about right for Capricorns that I know. And the words are, any way the wind blows. Any way the wind blows. I don't know that I've gotten this card in a reading yet. There are lots of cards that haven't come up in readings. I'm not sure I remember this one. It's absolutely stunning. I'm looking here first of all at the I believe they're called ginkgo leaves, and they just look like golden droplets surrounding her face. You can see here the butterfly wings. So something about your sight taking off, right? Like seeing things from a whole new perspective, like elevation of your sight. Of course, we have the weather vane here, which talks about the directionality of the wind, but directionality in general, orientation, kind of situating ourselves in a certain orientation, kind of embracing the wind as it comes to you. It's so interesting too, because I have this, right before I turned on your reading, I turned on the camera. I usually burn Palo Santo, but today, for your reading and for your reading only, I have incense matches. So this one is Oriental Blossom, and it smells amazing. And for some reason, I wanted to burn these incense matches to clear the energy before your reading started. And I did this curious thing that I don't really think I've really done before. It was, I let the incense match burn, and then, you know, the trail of the smoke comes out, and I just kind of was trying to scry with it. I was trying to see images or words or symbols in the trail of smoke. And that's exactly what is happening here, isn't it? I know I can't prove that to you, but I'm, you know, Spirit knows I'm telling the truth of what just happened. Like, here's the remnants of that match. And I just watched it. I didn't see anything necessarily, but I just watched the trails of smoke. And so there's something to that, right? You could be like, you could be looking up at the clouds and trying to scry in the clouds. Like scrying is like looking for symbols and signs in shapes and familiarity. Could also talk about breath, right? It could talk about your breath. It could be talking about how the inhale, exhale, like trying to ground yourself in your body. or it could be talking about speaking, because this does reference the number 1, right? The Magician, speaking things into existence, speaking manifestations into existence. It's really beautiful. 3 cards for the base spread, 3 cards for clarifier, past, present, and future. For Capricorn, please. For Capricorn, please. Thank you. Wow. Okay. 6 cards on the table. 2 major arcana. And I just, like, not to be too spoilery, but the Magician came out for you. Fantastic. That's a synchronicity right there. Beautiful. I love that. So, in the past energy, you got the Lover's card. Lover's card is part of the major arcana. Divinely guided energies representing Gemini. Number 6. The Lover's card can talk about divine partnership, divine union. It can also talk about a choice point, choosing something that wants to speak to the heart space. This card came out for Taurus, I think. I didn't really look at the whole scenario in that reading, but for you, I am looking at this kind of triangle of 3, if you will. The snake here, and it just feels a little like chaotic. And, you know, it's like Tarzan and Jane situation, and somehow this fairy is threatening that connection. Sorry, not the fairy, the archangel. That's bizarre. That's the archangel. What's happening? That's the archangel. The archangel Raphael in the Lover's card. That's interesting. Okay, so why on earth would there be defensiveness against Raphael, who's trying to bless and bring in this love energy? I don't know. It's a strange depiction, isn't it, of the Lover's card? I don't know. There's something to that. I feel very unsettled right now. Like in this moment, I feel extremely unsettled. Like defensive or self-sabotagey. But I can't tell you what it's towards, because this is like kind of like good energy, angelic energy, protective energy. It's almost like, I'm just trying to help you guys, and it's just like, no, get away. That's kind of what it feels like. Almost as if the lovers are under the influence of something nefarious. I don't personally think snakes are nefarious. Snakes are snakes, but in this depiction, it feels kind of nefarious. It feels like the temptation in the Garden of Eden, right? We don't want your help. Get away. So there could be an energy, this is the past energy, where there was something either feeling very threatening to you, or that you had to defend yourself, could have had to do with a relationship situation. You did get this card in reverse, so it kind of speaks to me that like there was a situation where you didn't have a choice. The choice was taken away from you. And you've been trying to recover this whole time. Trying to understand. The Four of Swords comes after the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords in the tarot is the heartache and heartbreak card. You've been trying to recover, and yet something is like forcing you out of bed. It's like you can't stay in bed forever. You can't stay in a state of recovery forever. There's got to be a point where you move, right? We've got to get back out there. You got to get on the horse again, is what Spirit just said. Got to get back out there on the horse again. Take that as it resonates. I don't know if that's referring to get back out there and on the love scene, or just get back out there into the world. Because I'm kind of feeling Five of Pentacles energy. It's not on the table right now, but the Five of Pentacles talks about being left out in the cold, the sense of being alienated or forgotten. It's almost like Spirit is saying, it's almost like allow this energy to permeate, to transmute, and to flow right back out. It's like a cycle. It's like now I'm feeling like, you know, like in Reiki, like Reiki practice, we're trying to clear out stagnant energy, right? We're trying to clear out stagnant energy. I'm not giving you Reiki right now, unless I have your permission. Capricorn, if I have your permission, say yes to yourself. If I do not have your permission, you do not have to accept this, but I will send healing energy to you. I feel like somebody needs that for your best and highest good. You do not have to accept. Reiki does no harm. You do not have to accept. But if you choose to accept, Spirit will send you healing energy wherever it needs to go for your best and highest good. Thank you. Let's get a clarifier on... See? There is something new for you, something beautiful. Spirit is trying to bring it to you. Ace of Cups, aces bring new potentiality. In the suit of the cups, which is water energy, water element, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, could be dealing with one of those signs. It doesn't have to be, but this could be new love. I don't want to like overinflate it, but I also don't want to understate it. New love, new friendship, something pure, something good. Are you in the space to receive? Spirit is highlighting these lotus flowers at the bottom here and reminding me to tell you that the lotus flower, the seed of the lotus, is buried in the mud at the bottom of the pond, and it emerges from the muck of that mud through the darkness until it sees the sunlight at the top, the surface of the water. And then you can see this beautiful flowering, I have a lotus here on my wrist, this flowering entity, a symbol that represents peace and tranquility. And it's almost like they're comparing you to that seed, that you've been in the darkness for a long, long time, and that you're trying to reach towards the light. And when you do, you know, because it's a choice, right? You can choose to stay in bed, or you can choose to come to the surface and emerge where the light is and show off what you have to offer the world, right? Your beauty as a human. Spirit is blessing it, but you have to choose to accept the blessing. in the present energy, 10 of Cups in the reverse. And then here we have the Magician, right? You're trying your best to manifest good things, manifest abundance, manifest happiness, however you define happiness. The problem is that I think it's difficult for you to define what that is at this time with the card in reverse. Probably because there might have been a past situation that you thought was the epitome of happiness, and maybe it just didn't turn out to be so. And so you're kind of questioning it, questioning your own intuition about it, questioning your own judgment. How can I begin to manifest something when, like, I tried to manifest it before and it perhaps backfired on me? This is the tricky part of manifestation. I have problems with this too. I'll be really transparent about that. Manifestation can be like a tricky game. It's weird how I like stuttered when I said the word tricky. I stuttered. And that's how it feels. Because every time I start to think about something that I want to manifest for myself, I almost self-sabotage, or I stop myself, you know, from dreaming too big, right? Maybe I'm asking for too much, or what if I get exactly what I want and then it's not what I want, and then you end up doing nothing. You end up not having a goal or anything to focus your attention on. Because it's not just about, the Magician energy is not just about, okay, I want to win the lottery. I want to win $50 million, right? Great, good for you. But if you don't buy the lottery ticket, you have 0% chance of winning. If you say that to yourself and then you talk yourself out of it because the odds of you winning are 1 in 6 billion, well, at least you could have had that 1 in 6 billion chance and you didn't even buy the ticket. So now you have 0. So it's a very stupid and extreme example, but you get what I'm saying. It's not a matter of just manifesting. We have to manifest, and then we have to move in the direction of our manifestation insofar as we are able. So maybe you manifest $50 million, but you only have $1 in your pocket. That's all you can invest. Right? What's the, at least where I'm from, the slogan is, all you need is $1 and a dream. Right? So, can I see what the 10 of Cups in the reverse is all about, please, Spirit? Clarifier for the 10 of Cups in the reverse. Hierophant in reverse, number 5. Major Arcana, Virgo energy. Excuse me, Taurus. Taurus energy. Could be dealing with a Virgo. The Hierophant represents connection to the divine, connection to a higher source through earthly means. So they call the Hierophant the Pope of the Tarot because it's like they're a stand-in for God, or stand-in for the divine. So you could be looking towards figureheads like that, or sacred texts. You could have looked at all those things, but the Hierophant is in reverse. So there's something here where you might have lost your faith in people, lost your faith in the ability to manifest, lost your faith in the rules behind how that works. Right? Because like when we manifest, okay, let's say you manifest, I want a new car. Great. And then we work towards that, right? We save our money, we get a new car. But, and Spirit will help you do that. But if the next day you said, oh, I don't just want a new car, I want a Jaguar car. Okay, great. It's like you put in your order again, and then the next day you say, oh, but I want it to be red. It has to be red. right? So you're honing down on your manifestation and what you want, but you're also limiting now. And so every time you put in your cosmic order, right? Baba Jolie, who is a stellar tarot reader and my tarot teacher on YouTube, this is how she talks about manifestation. It's like you're in the cosmic kitchen or the cosmic restaurant, and you keep sending your order to the kitchen, but you keep changing or adding things. Whereas what the ideal is to be very clear up front the first time what it is that you want, and then just release and let any way the wind blows, let that energy flow whatever direction it's going to flow in, and trust that it will come to you. But you're calling these things into question with the Hierophant in reverse. You know, like, what I thought was going to make me happy didn't. And so now I'm questioning my ability to even know what I want. Part of you could be saying to yourself, you know what, whatever will be, will be. Whatever will be, will be. And that's fine too. I think it's healthy to think that to a certain extent, but it's kind of less interesting. Sometimes you just want to challenge yourself to think bigger and to not accept the status quo, even if it's spirit's status quo. I don't know, just my opinion. That's not spirit saying that, that's just my opinion. The future potential, 6 of Swords in reverse, 4 of Pentacles in reverse. 6 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles. So in the upright, this kind of talks about moving away from a guarded mindset. Right? The 4 of Pentacles can talk about the miser of the tarot, somebody who holds on really tightly to their finances and their resources. And the 6 of Swords talks about moving from choppy waters to calm waters, like slowly and in the night, quietly, without a lot of fanfare. These 2 cards in the reverse would suggest to me that we're releasing our need to hold on so tightly to like a fixed outcome. And the way that we do that is by kind of understanding. It's like if you're this boat on the water and you're in choppy waters and you're trying to like row the boat against those choppy waters, it seems like an uphill battle. But it's almost like if we go with the flow, if we understand how those waters work in the first place, then we can understand how manifestation works. So what I'm picturing with these 2 cards, it's kind of like, and I, you know, there's so many tarot readers that use this as an example, but it's a good example. It's like the Matrix, right? When Neo opens his eyes, it's almost like he's awakened for the first time and he can see the code of the Matrix, all of the code. And then he can bend and manipulate reality as he sees fit. He has that mastery, a kind of mastery that no one else has but him. Imagine that to be the macro or microcosm of your life. When you understand the flow of manifestation, right? Being on the boat and understanding how the currents are moving, if they're choppy or if they're calm, and how you can move throughout that and how you can call the water forth to you, right? And when we're talking about water, we're talking about emotional states, right? Being in a space of gratitude, that's an emotional state, and it's also an action. Being in a space of love is an emotional state, can also be an action. To be actively loving someone else, actively showing compassion, or it can be actively inhabiting compassion. And then can it be a noun? I am compassion? No. Anyway, let's not get involved in the semantics because I don't think I understand the semantics on that one. But what I'm trying to say is that when you're at one with the water, whether it's choppy or it's calm, when you can release such a tight grip on things and you can just be in a state of oneness with that flow, there's nothing that's going to tussle you so far away from yourself. And so your manifestation becomes a little bit more realized because you have a greater understanding of how it works. So I'm going to ask for a clarifier. One more clarifier, please. Thank you, Spirit. Tower in reverse. Wow. Tower in reverse can talk about avoiding disaster, but it can also talk about predictability, because the Tower is just something that comes as a great shock, awe, and surprise. And so to clarify these energies, it's like really, you know what it, okay, Spirit just gave it to me. So much of tarot is observation. It's seeing, knowing what the cards mean at like a base level, connecting with their meaning with a spirit on a spiritual level, and then watching patterns. All about recognizing patterns, understanding behavior, understanding the human psyche, understanding how the world works, and then watching the patterns. And so when I talked about predictability here, like we don't want surprise, shock, and awe, we want predictability. It's you just being very observational about how things are manifesting in your life currently. Looking at your own behavior, looking at the energies around you. Who are you surrounding yourself with? What seems to be happening? And almost manipulating your surroundings, your environment, and your mental state to allow things to happen as you see fit. It's masterful. And if anybody could do it, it would be a Capricorn. I feel very confident about that. That's your reading, Capricorn. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Capricorn.